Hi. Yeah, yeah, I forgot I did this too. So if you're wondering why I haven't uploaded a video in over a year now, the short version of it is that it got difficult to consistently make these for a variety of reasons, and I felt like it wasn't really worth the effort that I was putting in. But recently I've missed doing these things, and I feel like I have more knowledge and perspective to give when it comes to movies because I talk about them and watch them a lot anyway, so I might as well do something with it. Before I fully get back in the swing of things, I thought that I should address a couple of changes that I'm going to be making so that everyone who sees this will get an idea of the
deeply scarring existential pain and misery that continuing to watch my content will inflict upon them.
First of all, I'm gonna be experimenting a little with the types of videos I make. Way back when I was regularly uploading, I pretty much just stuck to standard reviews, and sticking to that formula felt like I was kind of boxing myself in a little bit. This channel's still gonna be movie and TV related stuff, but you can expect to see more variety from me in the future because I think I can bring more to the table than what I was. And secondly, I'm gonna be breaking down my rating system much like I did in my first ever upload to this channel because it has undergone some changes. First of all, I'm not gonna do the decimal ratings like I used to. I feel like that was just me trying to be different for the sake of being different, so traditional 1 through 10 system from here on out. Having said that, I'm gonna be quick breaking down what every rating that I could give a movie means exactly. So in the future, if anyone's wondering how much of a grain of salt they need to take my rating with, they have this video as a reference. Good? Good. I'm also going to be giving an example of a movie that best represents the rating as I go through. So let's get into it. A 1 out of 10 I'm gonna call the Emoji Movie tier. I don't think much needs to be explained about this rating. It's the lowest one that I can possibly give. Basically something with no redeeming qualities whatsoever. Avoid it like the plague. I'm thinking now that that phrase isn't as universally applicable as it used to be. A 2 out of 10 I'm gonna call the Visit tier. This is basically just something that has moments or something in it that saves it from being a 1, but still is pretty terrible in every way. A 3 out of 10 I'm gonna call the Rise of Skywalker tier. This is mostly going to consist of movies that I just get absolutely nothing out of, and movies that I really, really don't like, but still have some undeniable elements of quality to them. And I'm also gonna throw in so bad it's good movies into this tier or rating, like The Room, for example. A 4 out of 10 is gonna be the Thor the Dark World tier. This is mostly gonna probably consist of movies that are overly safe and cliche and kind of boring. You know, some of the more boring movies to talk about really get this rating. A 5 out of 10 I'm gonna call the Incredibles 2 tier. This is gonna represent average, basically. Though under some circumstances you could consider average my worst rating because I want to come out of a movie having felt something from it, and 5 out of 10 movies usually leave me either bored or frustrated because I can see where it could have been a better movie. A 6 out of 10 I'm gonna call the Game Night tier. This is basically something that has noticeable flaws but is still an overall enjoyable experience. A 7 out of 10 is gonna be my comfortable recommendation threshold, and I'll go ahead and call it the John Wick tier. This is gonna be movies that maybe aren't necessarily the greatest thing in the world, but there are great things about them, and I can really see people connecting with in some way, even if it's not quite on the same level to me. An 8 out of 10 is where we start getting into the great movies, and I'll go ahead and call it the Get Out tier. This is gonna be something that I have minimal complaints with. Maybe there's still some room for improvement, but I'd feel pretty comfortable recommending it to just about anybody. And yeah, it's a great movie if I give it an 8 out of 10. A 9 out of 10 is just fantastic, so I'll call it the do the right thing tier. This would be something that's engaging from start to finish and that I'm definitely gonna watch again. Alright, you got your great movies, you got your fantastic movies, and then at 10 out of 10 you got your masterpieces. I don't usually go to the extreme ends of the spectrum very much because I want to make room for movies that really truly deserve it and have them kind of stick out above the rest. And a good example of a 10 out of 10 movie would be There Will Be Blood, something that's just totally on another level in every aspect of movie making and is up there with my all-time favorite. So anyway, those are the changes that I'm going to be making, and I hope I can bring you guys some new and hopefully improved content in the near future. So thank you for watching, and if you like this video, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and if you want to actually see when I post a new video, turn the notification bell on. Apparently you have to hit 2 buttons to actually see things. Thanks, YouTube.